Good evening. I have a very specific, quick word for somebody. This is not only a word pertaining to your breakthrough. Again, we are heading into Justice November, okay? The Lord is going to send you a helper. He is going to send somebody in to come in exactly when you need that help. Remember that Elijah went into the wilderness and he was really stressed out. He was weary, he was tired. And remember, that was when he fled from Jezebel. So he had to flee from danger. The Lord sent him a raven to give him food, and that was to strengthen him for his journey. So, in the midst of Elijah feeling a little bit of fear, he never completely disregarded his faith. He still had faith in God. He still had faith in God. Was he tired? Yes. Was he weary? Yes. Was he going through a lot? Absolutely. Was he afraid? Yes. At one point, he was afraid because he ran from Jezebel. And the help that the Lord sent was just enough to give him strength for him to continue to comply to the instructions that God gives him. Okay. Now, sometimes we think that when God is sending help or he's sending a miracle, sometimes we may think it's going to be something extremely big, right? And yes, God can definitely bless us with huge miracles. However, we have to also be content when the Lord comes in the midst of our trials and tribulations, and when he gives us just enough for us to get by. We still have to be content with that, because that alone is a test as well. One thing about God is when he gives you a purpose and when he has a plan for your life, it's going to come with instructions, but there's also going to be discipline. Okay. That is why he allows us to go through some trials and tribulations, because not only does it strengthen our faith, but it also teaches us patience, discipline. So just because you're going through a difficult time and there's some trials and tribulations that you are feeling weary about, or there's trials and tribulations that you are tired of going through, you have to understand that when God sends somebody in to help you, sometimes it's going to look really small, but that small gesture, it may be just enough that you needed to help you get to the next level. So God is going to send somebody in to help you, but it's not going to be what you think. It's not going to be someone coming in and just pouring a bunch of money on you, or coming in buying you a house, or coming in buying you a car. It can be someone motivating you, uplifting you. It can be someone giving you help with your resume. It could be someone giving you help with the job offer. Do not scorn the help that is going to come in, because that's going to be your test. The Lord said, if I can trust you with a little bit, I can trust you with more. That test that's going to come in, it may be something as simple, but when you are filled with gratitude, when you are someone that is humble, it doesn't matter if it's a lot or a little. When you are humble, you are going to be appreciative of it regardless. Some people, they go through a very difficult time, and that somebody may come into their life and may say, hey, I may not be able to give you much, but let me give you a ride to this interview. And the person may be a little bit annoyed, because they may be like, yeah, I want to ride to my interview, but I also wanted to borrow some money from you. And they may have an attitude with just getting a ride, but not being able to borrow any money. And what they may not realize in that moment was that was a test. The help that's going to come in, you may not even think it's from God, and it may not even look like a miracle. But don't let what it looks like on the external, do not let looks deceive you. Okay? The person that's coming in to help you may not even look like someone that God may have sent. Remember, a raven gave Elijah food. Most people, when they see ravens, they always think negatively about ravens, right? I always say ravens are also used by God, because whenever there's warfare going on, sometimes I would see a raven, and that was my indication, like, yeah, there's warfare going on. It's not that the bird is bad. I oftentimes see that as like a warning, right? So God definitely uses ravens, but some people will see a raven and be like, that's a monitoring spirit, be careful of that raven, be careful of that bird. The same way how you may see someone in person and you may not think God is using them, and because they come in and they help you with something small, you may not think that's from God, but it's from God, and it may even be a test. God is going to send you help. And the help that's about to come in, it's going to be just enough that you need. It's not going to be something that completely pulls you and pushes you to your purpose. It's going to be that stepping stone for whatever it is you're going through in that moment. That's what's going to help continue to strengthen you for the path, for the journey that you are on. Okay? So I'm here to give you this confirmation. Help is right around the corner. I love you guys. I'll see you later. Bye.